Libra, what is going on with you? Come on in, have a seat, make yourself comfortable. My name is Alan Hill from UnknownTruthTarot.com. Welcome back to another Libra love reading. In this Libra reading today, we are going to take a look at your romantic person of interest and find out how they really feel about you here at the end of February 2025, moving into March of 2025. We're also going to take a look at what they're thinking about you, what their intentions are toward you, and then what their most likely actions are going to be as we move through March of 2025. So let's get this started. Let's get 3 cards for how does Libra's romantic person of interest really feel about Libra here at the end of February 2025. Moving into March 2025, please. Okay, this is going to be interesting, I can tell already. Underlying this person's feelings for you, Libra, the Hanged Man. This is an energy of progress being halted, things being stuck. There is no forward movement happening. This is like full stop right here. Now, the Hanged Man is hanging upside down because he's trying to look at things from a different perspective than normal, a different point of view than normal. He's trying to figure out what has me stuck. What do I need to change to get unstuck so I can move forward from here? The problem with the Hanged Man is he's looking at things from a different point of view. He's looking externally at other things about what has me stuck. He's not looking at himself for why am I stuck. It's very rare in life that we have this problem show up in our external world where we didn't create it first in our internal world. So this is a person who's not taking a look at their role in the situation that they're finding themselves in. This is sometimes like helpless victim mentality, sometimes like a person playing the blame game where it's not my fault this is happening, it's your fault, or it's this other person's fault, or this situation's fault. It's something else that is the cause, according to this person, underlying their feelings. But they're feeling like something is stuck, and it's probably not my fault. Got the 8 of Wands behind that. This is Sagittarius energy. This is the second fastest moving energy in the deck. It's very fast, like back and forth passionate communications happening. It can be fast forward movement or fast progress on something that there's a lot of passion and desire for. Sometimes this is just so much external stuff coming at someone so fast that it's too much to process it. It's too much to handle it all at once, and it can feel really overwhelming. Yeah, I think that's probably where they're at here because things are stuck. And 8 of Swords right behind that. This is Gemini energy. This is thinking about something over and over again on this repeating loop in their mind, like grinding in circles on it. And it's like feeling stuck and trapped and blocked, and like they don't have all the answers. The person's blindfolded on the card, so they don't want to make a mistake and step in the wrong spot, but they're not sure what's the correct move to make here. So they're feeling stuck, which is why they end up thinking about something over and over again, like overthinking it. That's what I'm really feeling here, especially with what's laying on the table here. This is someone who's thinking about the wrong stuff, is what it looks like. They're not looking at their role in the situation. When I look at what their feelings are towards you, Libra, 5 of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, the Devil. Very, very interesting here. 5 of Swords is Aquarius energy. 5s are conflict. This is sometimes a conflict in communications, like bitter words being spoken, a big fight, words being used like weapons. Probably a big fight has happened, but this can also represent betrayal. At its core, this is a mentally and psychologically painful situation or event taking place. This can even be dealing with a person who has this winning at all costs mentality. Like, it doesn't matter what happens to everyone else as long as I get what I want. So like collateral damage is okay with someone like this. I don't understand this. Like, they're looking at this as if it's not my fault, therefore it must be your fault or this other person's fault. But they're looking at betrayal here, feeling betrayed, feeling like mental psychological pain, feeling like this isn't fair. Like I said, this really screaming like helpless victim to me, especially when you combine it with the Devil that's out here. We'll get to that one in a second, though. Next is the Knight of Pentacles. This is the slowest moving knight in the deck. It's very slow, methodical forward movement, like one drip at a time. This can be incredibly frustrating energy because it usually means someone wants something like yesterday and I'm getting this snail's pace. It's not happening fast enough for my taste. However, it can also represent a person who knows what they're supposed to do and they just don't do it for some reason. It can also represent someone who knows what they're not supposed to do and does it any damn way, which is what it's looking like here. I know this is supposed to be looking at how they're feeling about you, but this feels like it's their feelings are telling on them here. The Devil, this is Capricorn's major arcana card. This is a heavy toxic energy, especially when you combine it with Five of Swords. This is not good here. This is like obsession, addiction to something, a feeling of being trapped by something. I did see this Eight of Swords in the background, like thinking about something over and over and over again. This is like obsessively grinding on something. Apparently, I didn't go far enough in the bottom of the deck here. We'll put the Devil on pause because right behind that Eight of Swords is the Seven of Swords. This is Aquarius energy. Lying, cheating, stealing, deception, sneaking around behind someone's back, trying to get away with something that I shouldn't be trying to get away with. I know I'm not supposed to be doing it, but I'm doing it any damn way because all that really matters is me getting what I want. And somehow it's like they're projecting all of that onto you. What they did here has led to death. Yeah, that's totally what's going on here. Totally what's going. Yeah, you cannot make this shit up. Holy shit. Probably deeper than I need to go, but this is important for someone, so I'm putting it out here. Next, I have Death, which is a Scorpio major arcana energy. This is an ending to something. This is something dying and being reborn in a different way. This usually has some painful transition period following the ending, a painful transformation period following the ending. That's directly related to the lying and the deception and the sneaking around. I have Two of Pentacles next, more Capricorn energy. It's a choice between two physical things, and I can't have both of them at the same time, and I'm weighing options and looking at the pros and cons, and do I take this one or that one? Like, what do I do here? It's an off-balance energy. It's a not fully committed energy, and a lot of times this represents someone juggling two people, hence the sneaking around and deception here. Next, I have the King of Wands. And right behind it, the Queen of Wands. So this is the counterparts in the passion and desire end of things, the sexual energy end of things. I've got the Devil out here, which is some sort of a deep urge or impulse or desire that someone has. It's like deep-seated, and it's not something that they can control. It's something that has control over them. This can be like an unhealthy obsession with something like wand related. When I get the King of Wands and the Devil together, or the Knight of Wands and the Devil together, that's usually a person who has a problem controlling themselves when it comes to sex, and maybe a sex addict or someone who puts like an unhealthy level of emphasis on that. It probably compels them to do things that they shouldn't do. But there's the counterparts there. 9 times out of 10, when I get the Queen of Wands, it represents the other woman, the one that there's passion and desire for. I guess, depending on your particular situation and who you're watching this about, it could also represent, because I have the male and the female version of it here, the masculine and feminine version. Don't get hung up on the gender of the person on the card. This is fluid energy, so we can all have both of these energies. I've got Judgment next here, which is a final decision being made. This is passing a final verdict and judgment on the situation. In a relationship reading, this is either A, we're calling this dead and over with and there's no coming back from it, and I do see death in here, or B, it's about resurrecting something. And I don't see resurrection, like reconciliation. I don't see that anywhere in their feelings or what's underlying their feelings. So I'm feeling like this person is playing the blame game, and they did all the dumb shit, and then they have now blamed it on you, or blamed it on someone else, or blamed it on the situation. It's not my fault, is what I'm feeling heavily from this person, even though it very clearly is. This feels worth bringing up too. On the Devil, these are the same two people from the Lovers card. But here they have chains around their neck. They have horns and tails because they've been in this toxic environment for so long. It's distorted them. It's changed who they are. This card is connected to the Lovers card, not just because it's the same two people on the card, but numerologically it's also connected. This is card 15, and in numerology you take double digit numbers like 15 and you add the 1 and the 5 together and it becomes a 6. The Lovers is card 6 of the major arcana, so it's connected that way, and it's about the interconnectedness between people. And here you can't be in a connection with someone who has like unhealthy levels of toxic stuff, toxic behavior. You can't be connected to them without getting that stuff on you. And you spend enough time in that kind of a connection, and it's going to be all over you, and it's going to distort you, and it's going to start to change who you are. The people on the card have chains around their neck, and they're chained here. It's like, I can't leave. So this can feel like I can't escape from like the pull of the connection. But the chains aren't like fastened around their neck. They're loops. Like you could take it right off and leave. They just don't realize it. So they stay stuck. And there's an element of that message that's for you, but there's also an element of it that is for the person here, because this devil stuff that they got going on that's controlling them and making them do dumb stuff, it only has the power over them that they give to it by refusing to face it. And here, like the Hanged Man is not the person who's looking inside of himself for that kind of stuff. That's what the Hermit does. This is the person that's looking externally and blaming it all on stuff that's not me. They're probably in denial about whatever this is. Hell, they may not even recognize that's what it is, even if you point it out to them. Let's take a look at what this person is thinking about you here at the end of February 2025, beginning of March 2025. What are this person's thoughts about Libra, please? Like the cards are all trying to get away from me all at once. There's too much going on in their mind, which 8 of Swords we did see. Underlying their thinking, the Magician. This is the Mac Daddy Master Manifester of the Tarot deck. It's someone whose thoughts and actions shape the world around them to be in alignment with what their will desires. He's got all 4 aces on the table. He's got all the tools he needs to create whatever he wants in his life. This is talking about the person who has created the situation that I'm reading about. They manifested something in terms of their thinking. They're thinking about manifesting something related to you. Yeah, probably wanting you back. I got 4 of Pentacles right under that. That's Capricorn energy. This is holding on tightly to something and not wanting to let go of it. 6 of Swords right behind that. More Aquarius energy. This is moving forward into calmer waters. It's about leaving these rough, choppy waters of the past behind and moving away from that and moving forward into the future towards something that I want. At its core, this card is about moving away from something painful. But this is the 6 of Swords. We've already seen the 5 of Swords. This is the painful thing, like the mentally, psychologically painful thing. The fight, the betrayal, whatever that was. At this point, in the 6, that the 5 has already happened. The painful thing has already occurred. You can't change that now. It's already happened. There's an implied choice with this card because you can't control the past. All you have influence over is the future. And this is about that implied choice of, do I carry the burden that this painful thing caused into my future with me so it continues to weigh me down and hold me back and keep me stuck in this? Or do I carry forward the lesson that this painful thing taught me so something like that doesn't happen again? Now, a lot of times when I get this card, in a situation like this where the person's trying to manifest holding on to you, this is like, can we just leave what happened in the past and move on and not keep bringing that up again? That would imply that like I've changed or I'm going to change and let's continue moving forward together. Ace of Pentacles, moving forward towards a new opportunity. Now, this could be a couple of different things here. This could be, I'm trying to manifest holding on to you and I don't want to let go. But if we're parting ways, then I'm going after this new opportunity that's presenting itself to me. Hard to tell. Yeah, there's a new opportunity in the background for this person because behind it is the Empress. She's the gateway between the universe, the divine, God, however you want to view that, and this physical reality that we live in. So anytime someone manifests something, it gets birthed into this physical reality via the Empress energy. In a relationship reading, like because she's always pregnant, she's always giving birth. In a relationship, she represents the birth of a new relationship or sometimes the rebirth of a relationship. So I could take that either way. They're wanting to leave it in the past where it belongs and move forward into a new opportunity to rebirth this with you. But I could just as easily take it that like, well, I'm trying to hold on to something here. And if it's not working, then I'm just going to leave it behind. And I have a new opportunity already here. And I'm just going to go birth the new thing. Oh, man. Oh, man. Like I said at the beginning, this is sometimes a person who doesn't care what happens to anybody else as long as I get what I want. And that feels like that's what's going on here. When I look at what they're thinking about as it relates to you, Libra, 10 of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, 8 of Cups. 10 of Pentacles is Virgo energy. This is most people's goal in the physical world. This is maximum stability, abundance, and prosperity. It can represent the combining together of two people or two families and all their assets and resources to build this stable, abundant, prosperous home life that we all want. I get this card for people when they're living together or when they're married or when they're going down the path toward that, like combining lives together. Then Queen of Cups, this is the person that they get their love and emotions from, and then their thoughts about you, that's how they're viewing you, that's how they're thinking about you. I think that there's things aren't moving as fast the way that they want them to with you here. It's like they're trying to combine lives together and probably get you to take the lid off your cup. She's the only character that keeps the lid on her cup, and she does that to protect her emotions from getting contaminated. She doesn't want anything getting in her emotions and messing her up. She's been hurt before, and she doesn't want to do that again. So she's kind of guarded and hesitant. Like she wants to take the lid off, and she wants to pour her love into someone. She's just hesitant to do that. And then I have the 8 of Cups here. So like they're thinking about you in terms of you're the person I get my love from and wanting to combine lives together with you. But then we get this 8 of Cups, emotionally detached. This is Pisces energy, by the way. It's emotionally detaching, physically detaching, and walking away. A lot of times this will be someone who's like walking away from what they have because they think the grass is greener on the other side of the fence, and I'm going to go find out. It's maybe I can't help myself but to go find out. A new opportunity has most certainly presented itself, and birthing something new is right behind that. Oh man, oh man, oh man. I don't like this person here. I don't like them. Let's take a look at what their intentions are toward you. What are this person's intentions toward Libra as we move through the end of February 2025 into March 2025, please? Man. Man, oh man. This person is something else. Underlying their intentions, King of Pentacles. This is either Taurus or Virgo energy. This is like husband type energy. It doesn't have to be like legally married husband. This can be like boyfriend, committed person that I'm trying to build my life with, or that's trying to build their life around me. He's half the equation that makes this 10 of Pentacles thing. The other half isn't out here. It's the Queen of Pentacles. Oh man, they work together as equals to build the 10 of Pentacles. So in their intentions, there's husband type energy, like build a life around you type energy. And there's also player energy right behind that. This person is a facade. They wear a mask. Like they present themselves as something that probably looks like what you want, but it's not what you want. Like they show you husband material, and in reality, they're a player. This is the wishy-washy, in and out, back and forth, can't make my mind up, can't stay fully committed to what I said I wanted. Probably somebody comes in that tells you everything you want to hear just to get what they want. But then they rush off somewhere else, like they detach and go somewhere else. There's betrayal out here. Don't forget we saw the Seven of Swords out there in the underlying their feelings. They run back and forth between more than one person. And that's what they want to hold on to. It's not you that they want to hold on to. That's why I saw the Six of Swords. Like, well, if I don't get it, I'm just going to move on to this new opportunity. And here I got this combined together life they're thinking about and getting love from you, but then at the same time detaching and walking away. And like that's why. It's because what they want to hold on to is their ability to do whatever they want, whenever they want, and come and go as they please and do as they please. It doesn't matter what happens to anybody else as long as I can do what I want when I want. When I look at their actual intentions that came out here, this first card is probably going to be the most important one. This is the High Priestess. This is your intuition. This is your gut feelings. It's the signs, the synchronicities, the dreams, like just the internal knowing that you have without having any actual physical way of knowing. And it's not like you can see it or have the facts to support it. I can just feel it that something is not right here. That's the problem with the intuition, though, is most of the time it's going to tell you something that you don't want to hear. It's going to tell you something that you don't want to be true. And because we don't have the facts and the information to support it, it's really hard for most people to actually listen to this and take it at face value. They want to validate it. They need someone to tell them, yes, this is actually happening and it's not just a feeling that you're having. But this is your intuition screaming at you. It's telling you that combining your life together with this person leads to mental and psychological pain, fighting, betrayal, winning at all costs mentality. It's going to leave you at this person's mercy. Now, also going up this direction, I've got the most intuitive card in the whole deck, and then the most intuitive queen in the whole deck. Your intuition is screaming at you. And what it's talking about is the devil. It's talking about the toxicity in this person, the underlying baggage that they have. I'm not saying that this person is a horrible human being, although they might be. Like, people don't just wake up one day and decide, you know what, I think I'm going to turn into an evil jerk and live my life that way. Something happens to a person, and then they get emotionally hurt really bad, and then they don't heal from that. They just repress it and they push it down into their shadow and they pretend like everything's fine. I'm okay. And they just try to move on without actually addressing the problem. And that's almost like you got a big piece of metal stuck in your leg, and instead of digging it out because it's all painful, you just sew your leg back shut and leave it in there. Well, that's not going to work out. That's going to fester. That's going to get infected. It's going to cause gangrene and all kinds of bad shit. And that's the emotional equivalent of this. Like, something has happened to this person and they never actually healed from it. They just moved on, and that pain had a message that it was trying to deliver, and they didn't get the message because they ignored it and they pushed it down. But it's not going to shut up. It's not going to go away. It's going to start unconsciously controlling elements of their life. And your intuition is screaming at you because you know that there's something about this person that's not healthy and that's not good for you. Whether you're listening to it or not, I don't know. Next in their intentions, if they can get past your intuition, is this Knight of Cups. Actions toward love and emotions, moving forward with romantic offers, romantic gestures, trying to advance a cup of love and move forward in it that way with this person that I get all this love and emotions from. But there's still this element here of a person who knows what they're supposed to do and they don't, or they know what they're not supposed to do and they do it anyway, probably because they can't not do it. Next in their intentions, 7 of Pentacles. This is Taurus energy. This is a period of time. It's either a period of time where they're pausing to reflect and take stock of this whole situation and trying to decide, do I continue investing in this? Is this ever going to turn into the 10 of Pentacles that I want? Or is this a spot where maybe it's not going to pan out and maybe I should cut my losses and just move on, leave it behind? So this can be that period of time where they contemplate that. Doesn't make a lot of sense if there's this intending to move forward and intending to take a period of time to contemplate, unless it's just a matter of time until something fully develops and then this toxicity thing comes out again, the detaching happens. Maybe it's a period of time until I'm going to have to walk away and go see if the grass is greener on the other side of the fence again, because I can't control that. I can't do anything about it. Probably got happiness tied to that on some obscene level here. And this is the happiest card in the deck. It's the Leo Major Arcana card. It's happiness, joy, bliss, harmony. Like, really hard to get a better card than that. I'm waiting on this thing to develop so I can get my happiness. Like, moving forward romantically and waiting at the same time just seems sketchy to me, dude. It just seems sketchy to me. I feel like there's something off with what they're saying, and maybe you can't put your finger on exactly what it is, but you can feel it. And I think that is because there is something off with what they're saying. Like, wanting to move forward romantically and happiness doesn't need some waiting on something to develop so I can get something out of it. That doesn't go together. There's almost like something else that they're not telling you that they're waiting on here. Let's take a look. Here's where we're going to catch them in a lie, most likely. We're going to take a look at what are they most likely to do. Forget what they say they're going to do. Let's see what they're actually going to do here. Tell me about that, please. What is this person most likely actions related to Libra? Don't even let me finish my sentence. No problem. Okay. Underlying their most likely actions. The Star. The Aquarius Major Arcana card. This is a card of hope. It's a card of healing. It's also the card that comes after the Tower. So you don't make it here without going through a Tower moment where something important comes apart, comes crashing down all around them. So this tells me that the collapse has already taken place between the two of you. And this is them hoping that we can heal that. Hoping that we can bring something back from the dead. Like, it's doesn't make any sense if we're hoping that it's dead and over with. I don't think that's the case. Now, I'm hoping we can bring it back from the dead. 7 of Swords. Like, okay, they probably lied and cheated and snuck around behind your back and were very deceptive, and that's probably what killed it. But I can't shake the feeling that it's like, I'm hoping to come back from the dead so I can keep doing that, is what that feels like to me. Yeah, there's communications about some physical opportunity with this Page of Pentacles. Like, we saw the physical opportunity, the Ace of Pentacles, and immediately after that was the Empress, the birth of something new. And all of that came after, like, well, okay, if I can't hold on to what I want, then I'm going to move forward anyway towards this opportunity. I think regardless of whether you guys heal something and decide to keep the chain around your neck and stuck to this person who can't control themselves, they're already talking about a new opportunity with someone, probably communicating directly with them. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune, a repeat of the same cycle. 2 of Pentacles, juggling 2 people. Like, it's just going to be a repeat. Like I said, they're already waiting on something to pan out. And I think intuitively you know this. I think intuitively you know it. That intuition, though, is also connected to some serious overthinking about something. and being blindfolded and not having the facts and not wanting to make a mistake and do the wrong thing here, and like probably going over and over and in your mind about it. What's actually out here in their most likely actions? Queen of Pentacles, 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords, and the Moon. Okay, I gotta back up 2 times. We already saw the King of Pentacles, and I said then, well, I got the 10 of Pentacles out here. I don't have the Queen out here. Now the Queen is showing up. So, yeah, they're probably intending to get you back. I don't know if you were married to this person, or if you lived together, or were engaged, or were just spending so much time together you might as well have been married. I'm not sure about that, but you're finally showing up here if that represents you. If that doesn't represent you, the other thing that's coming to mind is because I saw the husband figure and the combined together life, but not the wife. This might be the wife if that person is married, and maybe they didn't tell you that they were married until you already had feelings for them, and they probably, maybe that's what the lying and the deception and the sneaking around behind the back was. It could be that, and this could be your intuition cluing you in on that, but maybe not having the facts to support it. So I don't know if it might be 2 distinct messages for 2 different people or 2 different groups of Libras. Like this might be you for your story. For the very next person, it might be the other way around, where there's a wife behind the scenes here. Either way, it looks like they're intending to get you back. And if they do have a wife or someone else that they live with, or maybe a baby mama or something like that, I think they're intending to have both, is what this is looking like to me. 8 of Swords, there's the grinding and the overthinking again. And with the Devil out here, that's like obsessively grinding on something and not wanting to screw up. And then that mental energy escalating from the 8 to the 9 of Swords. These are both Gemini energies. This is like fear, worry, and anxiety, and thinking about something like this over and over and over again with all this fear and worry behind the thinking until it becomes like physically stressful. This is mental anguish. This is sleepless nights. It can't concentrate on what I'm doing. The person has their eyes covered. Like here, they're blindfolded, but here they're not blindfolded, but they're choosing to cover their eyes because they don't want to see something. They're afraid to look at it. I think they're in denial about this underlying problem that they have, whatever that represents. Something that they can't control. I get this a lot when someone's worried that something that they've done is going to come out. And they're grinding on that. And then there's this wife energy here. So either there's something that you still don't know, like the High Priestess in and of herself can represent there's information you don't actually have, and you can feel it, you just can't see it. I don't know if they have done something, like if they have someone else on the side. I do have 2 queens out here. Like, I don't think the other person is out of the picture. Whether that other person is their wife and they've made you an unknowing third party, or if there's someone else that they have in the background, either way, that person isn't gone. And I'm thinking that they're worried that's going to come out. And their final card and what they're most likely to do is the Moon. There's 2 cards in the deck that mean fear, worry, and anxiety, and I have both of them right back to back. This also can represent an illusion, just especially when the Devil's out here, a masquerade, like I'm showing myself to you as what you want me to be, when in reality I'm something different than that. Wearing a mask. This is like something hidden in the dark, a secret being kept. The other piece that I had to go back to is the Sun, because like I told you, it's the happiest card in the deck. the other meaning to it is literally the card that comes right after the moon in the sequence. So when something is hidden in the dark, the next step is the sun comes up and now it's not dark anymore. And all that stuff that was being hidden gets exposed. It gets illuminated and you can see it for what it is. And they have fear, worry, and anxiety tied to their secret. God bless America. See, and like even diagonally this way, I've got a secret, and at the opposite end, I have betrayal. And in the middle of that is you and this period of time going by. So this feels like you've already been around the block with this person, and it's been painful, and it's been secrets, and they've been emotionally detached, and they've probably taken an exit to move forward somewhere else. And this probably isn't the first time it's happened. Like I saw the Wheel of Fortune, like a repeat of a cycle here. That's your person's energy, Libra. I try to keep my nose out of it. It's not my job to judge anyone. It's my job to get the message and relay the message to you so you can do with it whatever your free will wants you to do with it. But this person, I don't like them. Let's take a look at the advice for you. How should you navigate this situation? What should you do? What should you not do? How should you play this in the way that things work out best for you as we move through the end of February 2025 into March 2025? What's the advice for Libra, please? Well, man, okay. Getting yelled at here. Didn't put them in the right order. Underlying your advice, Libra, the Emperor. This is the Aries Major Arcana card. This is an energy of taking control, taking charge of a situation. This is a master manifester energy. It's someone who has all the tools, abilities, and resources to put together the plan to get what they want and then execute the plan to get what they want. This doesn't feel like your energy. This feels like their energy. Don't let them be in control. In the background, the fields are on fire. So under this dude's control and under his leadership, everything goes to hell in a handbasket. I think this is probably saying that up until this point, they have been in control, and it's time for you to assume the leadership role here and you take charge of the situation. Yeah, if you don't, you're just going to stay stuck. There's the Hanged Man. This person, we saw them in the Hanged Man in this spread, in the underlying energy around their feelings. They don't look at their role in the situation. It's not my fault the fields are on fire. My people didn't do their job right, but you're the emperor, you're the boss, the buck stops here. And they don't view it that way. It's always something else's fault. And then there's the player again. They're stuck in being a player. Like they can't control it. Like I got the devil out here, the two energies of control. And when they're both together, this is not a person that's in control. This is in control. And this is them trying to project being in control and overcompensate, probably by being controlling and wrecking everything here. Yeah, the Empress. They have already birthed some new connection in the background here, and they're running back and forth between the two of you. The Sun. That's either getting illuminated for you, and maybe it hasn't come to light yet. Maybe that's about to happen. Queen of Cups. Yeah, there's you all the way in the background here with heartbreak and sadness from a third energy. Okay, if that has not happened for you yet, be on the lookout for this. I'm sure your spidey senses are tingling. I've got 3 incredibly powerful intuition cards out here in their energy, which means that your intuition's all over them. Your intuition has picked all this up and is probably like trying to flag you down. Hopefully you're paying attention. When I look at your advice, the first card is the most important one. We got the 5 of Cups. the Nine of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, King of Wands, and the Lovers. Five of Cups is Scorpio energy. This is sadness and remorse about the past. It's regrets. It's depression. It's like negative emotional stuff happening here, centered around loss. Like the three cups that are spilled represents all the love and emotions, all the time, effort, and energy that's been spilled and wasted. Three cups can represent being together, and since they're spilled, we're not. Three cups can also represent third-party love triangle. Could be what spilled everything between the two of you. In a normal Rider-Waite tarot deck, like the one I used first, the Five of Cups, the person has, they're staring at the three cups that have been spilled, and there's two upright cups behind them. And that can represent still feeling the connection to this person. And that's what's keeping me focused on the loss of it. And what you focus on determines what emotions you experience. So when you focus on something that you've lost, you feel the loss. When you focus on something I don't have anymore, you feel that gap in your life. And usually it's the two cups in the background, like the connection that I still feel toward that person, that keeps my focus there. That's the thing that's keeping me trapped. I feel stuck to them, like I can't escape from them. And it's because you still have those emotions for them in the background. And in this particular Five of Cups, the person recognizes that. They see that. They realize having these feelings for this person is what's keeping me stuck here in this emotional pain. So they pick the two remaining cups up and dump them out themselves. That's how you take control back. You get rid of the emotions that I have for them. You pour the cups out. And I think you might have been waiting on them to pour the cups out for you. And this is saying you do that. Otherwise, you're going to stay stuck in their game. They're going to keep telling you what you want to hear and then still run off and do whatever they want. Next card for you here in your advice, Nine of Pentacles. This is Virgo energy. This is a single energy. It's a step backwards from this Ten of Pentacles that we all want, where we combine lives together. This is physically single, by myself, independent. I can take care of myself. I don't need you to physically or financially take care of me. I got that. This card is a little different. The lady has her hand held out and she has a squirrel in her hand, and the squirrel has a black bag over its head. It can't see what's going on, and she's looking at it like, oh, you poor thing. But she's not taking the bag off of its head. This is really just a metaphor for two pieces of yourself. There's this one piece of you that can clearly see what's going on. That's your intuition. And then there's another piece of you that doesn't have the facts. The bag's over your head. You can't see any of it. Or maybe you don't want to see any of it. There's a part of you that knows, that can see this for what it is. And there's another part of you that's had the bag pulled over your head, had the wool pulled over your eyes, whatever saying you want to attach to that. There's a piece of you that doesn't get it. And there's another piece of you that very clearly gets it. And it's saying, take control, dump these cups out yourself. I think this person might be trying to present to you like this new opportunity to re-spark things, to fire this connection back up. But here's part of the problem. This also represents the Ace of Wands as a passionate new beginning, a new beginning in passion and desire. That's usually with a new person. It's also the phallic symbol of the deck. The male you know what, and using it to do you know what, and sexual energy and all that fun stuff. That's central to your advice here. King of Wands. You might have attraction for this person. They might be charming. They might be charismatic. They might be good looking. They might be fun to be around. The sex might be great. But I've already seen King of Wands and the Devil. And I've got the Devil and the King of Wands in a whole different deck now. So this is someone who has a problem with the wand. They have a problem with the passion, desire end of things. And I think there's a part of you that knows this, and then there's another part of you that maybe doesn't want that to be true and doesn't want to see that. I've got the Lovers out here, which, again, I referenced that when I talked about the devil here. Card 6, card 15, they're linked numerologically. In a standard deck, the devil has the same people that the Lovers card has on it. This is not, some fairy tale bullshit like you see a lot of readers talk about, where it's like, oh, that's your twin flame. Like, that stuff's not even real. It never has been real. Twin flames was made up in 1973 by a doomsday cult leader. And it's all well documented facts, and it's just nobody wants that to be true, so they don't look into it. And when you try to show it to them, they want to deny it and say that's not the case. I wrote a book called The Real Truth About Twin Flames. Comes with 2 bonus books. The book itself is over 800 pages long, and I had to clip 600 pages out of it because there's that much easily accessible information about this twin flame bullshit. People will call this twin flames. They will call this the lover, the soulmates. And in reality, it's toxic. It's something that has you trapped, and only you can release yourself from it. And this is also a card that used to be called the Choice. So it represents the interconnectedness between the two of you. When you're chained to this person, their decisions are going to affect you. Their decisions are getting made with the wrong head. They're not using their mind to make their decisions or their heart to make their decisions. They're using the thing in their pants to make their decisions. And that is why we keep hitting this 5 of Swords. The devil, they can't stop themselves. They can't contain it. And you stand zero hope at changing this person. Like, look how hard it is to change yourself. They don't see any need to change. They don't think there's anything wrong. They're in complete denial about it. So you stand zero chance at convincing the Emperor that it's his fault the field is on fire. It's not ever going to happen. This represents a choice that you have about this connection. It also represents the fact that they have already sparked up some passionate new beginning, and there is a choice between lovers for them. And I think for a period of time, that was hidden. But after that period of time, it gets illuminated. And I think this person is probably telling you that that's not the case anymore. That's over with. I'm not doing that anymore. But they're lying to you. They most certainly are doing that. And a piece of you, like, probably physically doesn't have proof of that. Can't see it, don't have the facts. But the other piece of you can completely see it and is looking at the part of you, like the mind part of you that needs the facts. Your intuition is looking at that tiny piece of you going, oh, you poor thing. Like, you poor thing. You need to just pick these cups up and dump them out. And if you don't do that, you're going to stay trapped in this situation. And under this person's watch, everything is going to burn to the ground around you. And they're going to keep secrets from you. Sorry it turned into that, but this really looks like a person who's trying to heal something that is in fact already dead, because they lie and they cheat and they sneak around behind your back, and it's not going to change.